Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson, and today's review is going to be on Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, now, full disclosure, I've never played any of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. I've heard they're some of the scariest games ever played, but I'm not really into those kinds. I used to be. I played Resident Evil games and Silent Hill games, 20-some years ago. But I never really got into horror games. But when I heard this movie was coming out, I got real excited because the trailer, for one thing, was awesome. I thought this thing was going to be dark and scary, especially if the game was so scary. I figured they'd make the movie so scary. And was it? No! Sorry, I did not like this movie. Unfortunately, it was one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and it was truly disappointing for me. That being said, there were some creepy, scary moments, and of course, everybody's going to jump and be scared at jump scares, when they go, ah! You're going to jump and, just get scared for that second, but the film itself was not scary. Actually, it was kind of boring. I felt myself just like sitting there waiting for something to happen. And then something would happen, and it'd be really cool, and it'd start up, and I'd, sit up in my seat and get ready, and then it just lull me back to sleep almost. And that's unfortunate. I thought this movie was going to be great, but it just wasn't. And it's a clear sign that movies like this aren't going to be that great when they drop, for one thing, when they drop the embargo the day before, or actually the day of its release. That's very scary when a movie does that because it makes you feel like they don't have faith in it. And for good reason, because most movies that do that turn out not to be great. And it did the same thing for this movie. This movie was not great at all. Now, it did have some very cool moments. I did like the concept of the movie. It's basically what if the Chuck E. Cheese characters were possessed and were killing people. That's what this movie is all about. And the security guard goes, and of course he stays for 5 nights, and all this creepy stuff starts happening. And there are people out there that are trying to, get this guy in trouble, so he would have to give up his daughter and all this stuff. The subplot was really boring. And I was ready for this movie to be, like slasher-esque. These things are coming to get you. But it really didn't do anything. All the kills were kind of off-screen. And granted, if it would have been a rated R movie, it probably would have been a lot better, with some blood and some gore and made it really dark and scary. But they kind of just made it goofy and campy. And some movies do that really well, just this one didn't, at least for me. And granted, like I said before, I did not ever play any of the games, so I didn't get any references or Easter eggs, and this movie might be chock full of them. And it's probably great if you've actually played the game, so you would have a familiarity with all the characters, and like I said, Easter eggs, stuff in the background. None of that hit anything for me because I've never played the games. But it didn't hit anything on a horror level either. It's spooky season. We're supposed to be getting scared at this time of year, and I haven't seen anything yet that's done that. And it's really a letdown because this is one of my favorite times of year. And like I said before, this movie was one of my highly anticipated movies of the year, and it fell flat for me. And that's just my opinion. You guys might love this movie. And some of the reviews are mixed. So, it's all subjective. Some people's treasure is another man's trash. And unfortunately for me, this movie was trash. And it was a big opportunity missed, I feel. Had a full barrel of potential. And it just kind of crumpled it up and threw it over the shoulder. And another thing, the ending made zero sense to me. It might have something to do with the game lore or something, but I thought the ending was terrible and I did not like it, and that's kind of another thing that kind of pushed me over the edge that this movie just really wasn't any good. But anyway, guys, it's not all about what I think. What do you think? Have you seen Five Nights at Freddy's? Did you like it? Have you ever played the games? And what's the comparison, compared to the game, to the movie? I want to know. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And as always, make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to remember the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bam!